Facts about country. Afghanistan. Afghanistan is a landlocked country located in Central Asia. Afghanistan has one of the oldest known oil paintings. The world's oldest known oil paintings were discovered in caves, behind the Bamiyan Buddhas, dating back to the 7th century. Afghan women once wore mini-skirts. In the 1960s and 70s, Afghan women attending universities, and wearing modern Western-style clothing, including mini-skirts. Afghanistan once had a Buddhist culture. Afghanistan was a Buddhist center before Islam, with Bamiyan Buddhas carved in the 6th century, standing over 50 meters tall, before being destroyed by the Taliban in 2001. Facts about country, Part 2. Albania. Albania is the country in southern Europe, located in the western part of the Balkan Peninsula. Albania has over 170,000 bunkers. During the Cold War, Enver Hoxha feared invasion and ordered the construction of thousands of concrete bunkers across Albania. Most were never used. There are more Albanians living outside than inside. Greece, Italy, and US are some of the countries having many Albanian immigrants, migrated after the fall of the Soviet Union due to economic crisis. Albania was officially the world's first atheist state. In 1967, Albania banned religious practice, and enshrined state atheism under the regime of Hoxha. This ban did not last, as Albania is known for its religious tolerance. Facts about country, Part 3. Algeria. Algeria is the large predominantly Muslim country of North Africa, from the Mediterranean coast, to southward deep into the heart of the Sahara. Algeria is the largest country in Africa, and the 10th largest in the world, covering over 2.38 million square kilometers, with around 90% of the population lives near the Mediterranean coast. Algeria is led by women in law, with 70% of lawyers and 60% of judges are women. Also, women reportedly contribute more household income than men on average. Algerians practice Awazia. Kabylia villages practice communal solidarity, by slaughtering livestock before religious festivals like Ramadan, ensuring equal meat sharing among families. Facts about country, Part 4. Andorra. Andorra is a tiny independent country, situated between France and Spain in the Pyrenees Mountains. Andorra's national language is Catalan. Catalan is the only official language of Andorra, making it the only country where it is the national language. Co-princes ruled Andorra. Andorra is governed by the President of France and the Bishop of Urgell since 13th century, showcasing one of the world's oldest unusual forms of diarchy. Andorra has more tourists than its people. With a population of just 82,000, Andorra receives over 8 million tourists annually, mainly for skiing, shopping, and mountain activities. Facts about country, Part 5. Angola. Angola is a country located on the west-central coast of southern Africa. Angola rediscovered the giant sable antelope. Scientists rediscovered the giant black sable antelope in northern Angola in 2004, after it was once thought extinct. Angola has many national parks and protected areas. The Iona National Park, Kisama National Park, and Kangandala National Park are key wildlife conservation sites in Angola, showcasing stunning landscapes and unique wildlife. Angola is considered to be the birthplace of dreadlocks, particularly the Mwila and Mukubal tribes, where they create dreadlocks using ochre mud, cattle dung, oil, herbs, and butter, adorned with beads and shells. Facts about country, Part 6. Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda is an independent Commonwealth country comprising its 2 namesake islands and several smaller ones. Antigua and Barbuda's Codrington Lagoon National Park is home to the largest frigatebird colony in the Western Hemisphere, with over 2,500 birds nesting in its mangroves each year. Antigua and Barbuda highest point has been renamed in honor of a U.S. president. In 2009, Mount Obama was renamed after Barack Obama by the government of Antigua and Barbuda, in honor of his historic presidency. There are hundreds of beaches in Antigua and Barbuda, with a stunning coastline and picturesque coves, offer a variety of beautiful beaches, including Dickinson Bay, Half Moon Bay and Pink Sands Beach. Facts about country, Part 7. Argentina. Argentina, officially the Argentine Republic, is a country in the southern half of South America. Argentina was the first South American country to legalize same-sex marriage in 2010, becoming a leader in LGBTQ+ rights, and set an important precedent for South and Latin America. Some famous figures are from Argentina. Famous people like Jorge Mario Bergoglio, or Pope Francis, footballer Lionel Messi, and revolutionary Che Guevara are born Argentinians. Argentina has the most psychologists in the world. Psychologists and therapy are important in Argentina, with 286 psychologists per 100,000 people, the world's highest number of psychologists per capita. Facts about country, Part 8. Armenia. Armenia is a landlocked country in the Armenian highlands of West Asia. Armenia was the first country to adopt Christianity in the world, officially declared in 301 AD, occurred under King Tridad III and the influence of Saint Gregory the Illuminator. Chess is mandatory in Armenia. Chess is a compulsory subject in Armenian schools, reflecting the country's strong chess tradition and success in the sport. Armenia's national symbol is the Mount Ararat. Despite located in Turkey, Mount Ararat is a deeply symbolic mountain for Armenians. It is often referred to as the Sacred Mountain, and is associated with the biblical story of Noah's Ark. Facts about country, Part 9. Australia. Australia is the smallest continent and one of the largest countries, lying between the Pacific and Indian Oceans in the southern hemisphere. Most Australians live near the coast. Because of Australia's geographical location, about 90% reside within 50 kilometers of it, despite the huge inland deserts. Australia once fought a war against a native bird species and lost. Black emus repeatedly damaged crops during World War I, and efforts to control them ultimately failed. Australia is home to the world's largest sand island, K'gari, formerly Fraser Island, stretching over 120 kilometers and featuring freshwater lakes and ancient rainforests. Facts about country, Part 10. Austria. Austria is a landlocked country in Central Europe, lying in the Eastern Alps. Austria is home to the world's oldest zoo. The Schönbrunn Zoo in Vienna, Austria was founded in 1752 as an imperial menagerie, resides Schönbrunn Palace, until it accessible to the public in 1765. Austria is the birthplace of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, born on January 27, 1756 in Salzburg, Austria, famous for being one of the most influential composers in history. Austria is famous for the Alps. More than 62% of the Austria's territory is covered by them, with around 700 peaks higher than 3,000 meters. Facts about country, Part 11. Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is the country bounded by the Caspian Sea and Caucasus Mountains, which span Asia and Europe. Azerbaijan hosts around 350 mud volcanoes, making it the mud volcano capital of the world, particularly concentrated near Baku and the Caspian coast. Azerbaijan is the world's first Muslim country to give women the right to vote, doing so in 1918, before the United States, and is still considered one of the most gender-equal Muslim nations to date. Azerbaijan has a unique blend of Eastern and Western cultures, shaped by its position at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, reflected in its architecture, music, cuisine, and traditions. Facts about country, Part 12. The Bahamas. The Bahamas is an island country located within the Lucayan archipelago. The Bahamas is home to the famous Pig Beach, known as Big Major Cay, located in the Exuma Cays, a tourist spot where swimming pigs greet visitors in the water. The Bahamas is the only country with a marching band on their currency. The Bahamas $1 note has an image of the Nassau Police marching band on the currency, making them the only currency that has a marching band on it. The Bahamas boasts pink sand beaches. The famous pink sands of Harbour Island are created by crushed coral and shells, giving the beaches their distinctive rosy hue. Facts about country, Part 13. Bahrain. Bahrain is an island country located in West Asia, situated on the Persian Gulf. Bahrain is the smallest country in the Middle East, with an area of approximately 760 square kilometers, or 295 square miles, located between Qatar and Saudi Arabia. Bahrain is home to the world's largest underwater theme park, known as Dive Bahrain, sprawling more than 100,000 square meters, and features a sunken Boeing 747 with coral studs. Bahrain has the famous Tree of Life, known as the Shajarat al-Hayat, a 400-year-old mesquite tree, or the Tree of Life, stands alone in the desert, surviving without any known source of water. Facts about country, Part 14. Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a South Asian country located to the east of India on the Bay of Bengal, marked by lush greenery and many waterways. Bangladesh is home to the world's largest mangrove forest. Known as the Sundarbans, it spans across Bangladesh and India, covering an area of approximately 10,000 square kilometers. Bangladesh is the birthplace of microcredit, founded by Bangladeshi economist Muhammad Yunus. It is a concept that provides small loans to the poor, where he won a Nobel Peace Prize in 2006. Bangladesh is home to the Royal Bengal tiger. It is also the country's national animal, symbolizes strength and beauty, that reside in the Sundarbans mangrove forest. Facts about country, Part 15. Barbados. Barbados is an island country in the Caribbean, located in the Atlantic Ocean. Barbados is the birthplace of rum, established in 1703 at Mount Gay Distillery, using copper pot stills and oak barrel aging, pioneering modern rum-making processes. Barbados is Rihanna's home country. Born in 1988 in St. Michael, Barbados, pop sensation Rihanna is one of Barbados's most famous citizens, even a street named Rihanna Drive, in her honor in Bridgetown, the island's capital. The Barbados's Crop Over Festival, held between June and August, this celebration marks the end of the sugarcane harvest, and features a variety of day and night parties, parades, and craft markets, attracting tourists worldwide. Facts about country, Part 16. Belarus. Belarus, officially the Republic of Belarus, is a landlocked country in Eastern Europe. Belarus has been dubbed as the lungs of Europe, due to its extensive forests, which cover around 40% of its land area, and these forests are home to a wide variety of wildlife. Belarus has the largest truck in the world, owned by the company Belaz. The Belaz 75710 is 8.7 meters tall, and has a carrying capacity of 500 tons. Belarus is famous for potato dishes, and there are at least 45 different potato dishes made from them. One of them is their national dish called draniki, a potato pancake, the babka, sibriki, kletski, and kartofelnik. Facts about country, Part 17. Belgium. Belgium is a country in Western Europe, is known for medieval towns, and is headquarters of the European Union and NATO. Belgium holds the world record for the longest period without a government, which went 589 days without a government from 2010 to 2011, primarily due to deep political and linguistic divisions between the Dutch-speaking Flemish and the French-speaking Walloons. Belgium invented the saxophone, invented by Belgian musical instrument maker Adolphe Sax in the 1840s, an instrument designed to combine the characteristics of woodwind and brass instruments. Belgium is home to some of the world's most famous waffles, like the Brussels waffles and Liege waffles, made with caramelized sugar pearls in sweet dough, both beloved Belgian culinary icons, and enjoyed by locals and visitors worldwide. Facts about country, Part 18. Belize. Belize is a country on the eastern coast of Central America, with Caribbean sea shorelines to the east and dense jungle to the west. Belize has the only jaguar reserve in the world, the Coxcomb Basin Wildlife Sanctuary, and Jaguar Preserve is home not only to jaguars, but a host of other wildlife including black howler monkeys, parrots and toucans. Belize is the only Central American country where English is the official language, a legacy of British colonization, while most Central American countries speak Spanish. In Belize, you won't find any international fast food chains. Famous fast food chains like McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, and even Starbucks are non-existent in Belize, due to a government policy and cultural preference. Facts about country, Part 19. Benin. Benin is a French-speaking West African country, bordering Togo, Burkina Faso, Niger and Nigeria. Benin is the birthplace of voodooism, originated in the Kingdom of Dahomey. Present-day Benin, Vodun, often misunderstood as voodoo, is rooted in animism, the belief that all things, from rocks, trees, animals and places, possess a spirit. Benin is the first African country to transition from a dictatorship to a democracy, happened in 1990 after years of few nonviolent coups, and the peaceful election where military incumbent Matthew Carrico conceding defeat. The Venice of Africa is located in Benin. The village of Ganvi was founded by escaping slave traders in the 16th and 17th centuries, is constructed on stilts in the middle of Lake Nokue. Facts about country, Part 20. Bhutan. Bhutan is a landlocked country in the Himalayas, situated between China and India. Bhutan is the only country in the world that doesn't have a traffic lights, Instead, police officers use hand signals to direct traffic at intersections. Bhutan is the world's only carbon-negative country, thanks to a constitutional mandate that requires at least 60% of the land to be forested. Bhutan's dense forests absorb more carbon dioxide than the country emits. In Bhutan, refusing food 3 times is considered polite. In Bhutanese dining etiquette, it is considered polite to refuse food when it is first offered, and only accept it after the third offer.